Hey everyone, Happy New Year! It's finally 2022 and I'm really excited to share with you guys what my 2021 reading journal ended up looking like. It's finally 2022, thank God. I don't have high hopes for this year because these past 2 years have been a shit show to say the least, but 2021 was just non-stop kicking my ass. 2021 pretty much kicked my ass all the way up until the new year. Can't say 2022 is much better, but here's to hoping, and here's to another year of reading and journaling. So you've probably clicked on this video to see what my completed 2021 reading journal looks like and not to hear me complain about my legs. So let's get on with it. Before we get a look at the journal, I just wanted to go over some statistics with you guys to kind of wrap up my 2021 reading. If you're interested in seeing more numbers and hearing more about my process for choosing 2022 reading goals and all of my reflection on what happened in 2021 in terms of reading, I actually posted on my blog for the first time in forever, and I'll link that down below so you guys can check that out if you'd like. So in total, I read 160 books, which in total came to about 58,000 pages that I read last year. The average number of pages per book that I read was about 365 pages, so pretty lengthy novel, and I read on average about 159 pages a day. I had an average rating of a 1.8 on my personal scale, and the 3.6 average rating that Goodreads gave me pretty much matches up to that pretty well. I listened to a total of 39 audiobooks and I participated in 11 buddy reads, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm really happy with how last year went. I really set out to read less, and I think I did that. I mean, I still read over 100 books. I read a lot of really good books and less bad books, I think. So I'm generally pretty happy with how 2021 went. One highlight for me was definitely filling out my reading journal pages and my reading log, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that and get on with the part of the video that you're probably all here for. Two really quick disclaimers. First of all, I know my bookshelf was a mess. Bookshelf reorganization video is coming to you soon. Second of all, it's beautiful and raining outside. It's pretty much been non-stop raining here for the past week, and I love it. I'm thriving. I'm wearing long sleeves without sweating too much. I'm listening to the rain all the time. So the windows are open. We're gonna vibe. Hopefully you guys can hear it because the ambiance is top-notch. Alright, if this frame slash setup looks familiar, that's because you have likely already seen either my 2022 Techo Kagi or my 2022 reading journal setup. I don't want to be too awfully redundant when it comes to those videos, so I will link those down below if you'd like to see how I set up my reading journal in general for 2022. For this video, I'll be flipping through all of my spreads for 2021, kind of walking you guys through some of the creative side of the spreads, as well as what my reading was like in that month, as well as I can remember, because it was a year ago now. This is video editing Mari, just stopping in to say that the lighting throughout this video is going to be really messed up, so prepare yourselves. So this reading journal does start with December of 2020. This was kind of like my prototype month, mostly because I wanted to jump into using my traveler's notebook as a reading journal, so I did make a TBR page, and then I jumped into what was pretty much going to be the spread setup for the rest of the journal, where I had my pages read on one side using this graph and an audiobook tracker, and then a page to write down information about the books I read. Now, as you can tell, this was a really good reading month for me. I read over 20 books, but I still didn't fill out the page, so I started noticing a trend where I was not reading nearly as many books, and I would decrease this as the months went on. My theme for January was a very nice, cute pastel theme. I was mostly enamored by this cute Delete 2020 sticker. Unfortunately, I can't remember who the creator of the sticker is. If I remember, I will link it down below, but I kind of centered this spread around this sticker. This was kind of a rough reading month for me. I was adjusting to a new semester of grad school. I had moved homes, and I was putting a lot less pressure on myself to read, so this was good in a sense that I was reading a lot less. This was my TBR spread, so I tried to read a bunch of sequels for January And then in February, which is when I actually started doing Journal With Me videos, setting up these spreads in my reading journal, I did middle grade and happy cute reads using these super cute whimsical stickers. I was really focused on centering these spreads around this washi tape from Kitten Bun Supply Company that I still love. It's their Dreamer washi tape, and it went really well with this piece of tissue paper that is custom designed from Sissy's Art Cafe, which I will link down below. And then I set up a sort of spooky theme for my March reads because I wanted to read quote-unquote dark books, dark and spooky books that I had on my TBR, which included books like My Dark Vanessa and The Wicker King, as you can see in my reading log. I really love how this came out. I started using more of these custom tissue papers in my journals, and I liked that I could just cut out a huge chunk and cover up more of this page so that I wasn't leaving a ton of blank space when it came to the lack of books read. So yeah, I really like how this spread turned out, and I really like how the TBR spread turned out. I'm not a huge fan of the title that I made for this, which is something I said in the video, but I put in a quote and did some hand calligraphy, and that was really fun. I love all the stickers and everything, and this was a pretty good reading month for me. I followed my TBR for the most part. And then in April, I read contemporary books. I was really inspired both by Risket Designs, I think this is the Puafuda washi tape, and then these stickers that my friend Isel from Isel Reads got me. So that was kind of like the theme I was going for this spread. And then because of the nature of these things that I was inspired by, I wanted to read contemporary books. This is one of those instances where the spread design came before the TBR. As you can see, I fell into a couple slumps. I did not like a lot of the books I read, but I also really liked some of the books that I read, so it was a weird reading month overall. But I really like how this turned out. Again, I used custom tissue paper. This is from Tabatai, with some just neutral, cozy stickers everywhere. And again, I just like how this turned out. It was functional and really cute at the same time. Okay, sorry, I had to readjust the angle because I was not digging that angle. But moving on to the next month, May was a really poor reading month for me. I started out in a huge slump where I was reading Jade War and I really enjoyed it, but I was going through a lot of stuff personally. I was contemplating taking a leave of absence, which I ended up doing in terms of grad school, and I was just in a really rough mental health state with finals and some other personal stuff going on, so I was just not reading consistently or very much, so I didn't log anything in my pages read spread, but I did end up reading just kind of whatever I wanted to read that month, I guess. I still like this spread, it's cute. The theme was just yellow because of this custom tissue paper from Yay It's Vika, and I continued that into my May planned reads, so I wanted to continue reading contemporary reads, but didn't really stick with it. I only read one book from that TBR, so yeah, that was kind of a fail, but at least the spreads were cute. And then in June, I read books that my husband has been begging me to read for forever. Well, sort of. I didn't read all of them, and I still haven't gotten to all of them. But basically these are books sitting on my physical TBR that my partner had either bought for me or he finished reading it and then he immediately put it on my TBR shelf because he wanted me to read it that badly. And so I went for a cute little black and white theme for no reason other than I just wanted to use more of the Tabatai custom tissue paper. It's really cute. I used more black and white stickers. I think it's really funny. I accidentally put a Q instead of a P here. It's just funny to look back on, and I also accidentally used the wrong mile liner one day. These are fun little quirks, I guess, that some of these spreads have. And then this is my July pages read and reading log. This was a super fun and super cute theme to set up. I was mostly inspired by this washi tape from Thanks Shoe. It's just really cute and cottagecore, and the colors are actually quite bright and vibrant. So I started looking for stickers that kind of had the same color scheme, and I saw that it matched my yellow gold mild liner, so that is kind of how the theme took off originally. Again, this was kind of a rough reading month. You'll see a lot in these spreads. I'll fall into regular reading slumps in the middle of the month. Like I discussed in my 2022 reading journal setup, having these monthly TBRs really put me in a box in terms of what I was reading, and that would force myself into slumps, which is unfortunate, and I will not be doing that anymore. But it was nice to experiment for a time. I really love the TBR page for both this month and then my Mood Reader Bingo setup. So Mood Reader Bingo was a readathon hosted by Ina the Mood Reader, and I just really love the prompts and I wanted to make a page. So I did. I just used these really cute cat stickers that I had, and it kind of just overall matched my July theme. So it was really fun to use all of these cottagecore-esque washi tapes and stickers and whatnot. And then August was the month of Weekathon, which you guys know I loved so much. It was so much fun. I read so many freaking books, and these spreads are especially near and dear to my heart because all of the stickers and washi tape that I use in these spreads are actually all by Filipino or Filipino American creators, which is super fun. Lots and lots of reading done this month, both in audiobook form and physical form. So this is the month where I started recording the difference between how many pages I read via audiobook versus how many pages I read physically. And I read so many books that I filled out my entire reading log and had to put in this little sticky note from Audrey Okea that it actually isn't sticky, it's just a notepad sheet, so I had to use this washi tape, which is nice because I can still, oops, sorry, that was my alarm. So I can still lift this up and see the original header that I had here. This sticker is from Grape Honey. I think it's hilarious. So the next spread is another one that I really love. Journal With Me video got a lot of love, which I really appreciate. And also, I just really love the spread. I love this green tissue paper that in that video I explained came with a sticker order, and then just all of the stickers that I had that went with it. Just really like how it turned out. This was another really good reading month for the most part, except for like this 1 week. I read over 20 books. This is by and large due to the fact that I was like on my audiobook bullshit and I was just constantly listening to audiobooks, so that definitely really helped. Like the first half of the month I was listening to an audiobook a day, which helped my reading a lot, but then I got back into physical reading towards the end of the month. And here is my TBR page for both September and October. Sorry, I have to readjust because I'm losing feeling in my leg, and Diego's here. I really love these spreads a lot. I set them up on my YouTube. If you're interested, I'll link them below. I'll link all of my Journal With Me videos below, but these were just really fun to set up. These were really good reading months for me, so these TBRs were working out in my favor, to say the least. Yeah, like I said, I fell into quite a huge slump and I was not reading a lot, but I really loved what I was able to read for the most part, so that's exciting. November was the first month that I did not set up on my channel, so this is not in a Journal With Me video. Like I said in a separate video, I don't remember which one, but I kind of just wanted to make a spread and let it be ugly and not have the pressure of making it on screen. As much as I do love sharing these Journal With Me videos with you guys, sometimes there's a lot of pressure to, you know, really know what I'm doing in advance. And I was in kind of a rough mental state and I just wanted to do whatever. So I found this custom tissue paper that was really cute from Apple Cheeks, and I kind of just focused the spread around that. I really hated these spreads at first. I didn't like the color scheme at all. I didn't think it went together, but it really grew on me as time went on. Like you probably have seen every single month, sometime during the middle of the month, I fall into a reading slump because of the nature of those monthly TBRs. Here are my last two TBR spreads. Again, not a huge fan of this spread. I was a huge fan, however, of my December planned read spread. It's super cute. I used a lot of Audrey Okea cozy academic stickers that I had gotten in a sticker pack. So yeah, I really love this spread and the hand lettering that I did. And this continued on to my final reading log spreads for the year. Again, I apologize for the lighting. I don't know what to do about it. I can't control the sun. December was also a pretty good reading month for me. I did fall into a couple of slumps because it was a really tough month for me personally, but sometimes like reading helped me cope. Other times it was just like I could not pick up a book that day. I was really forgiving to myself during this month because I had recognized that throughout the year my monthly reading was not working out for me. I was already ruminating on my 2022 reading goals and how I wanted to approach reading in 2022, so I was well aware of the fact that I was sticking to these TBRs and kind of shooting myself in the foot with them. So I definitely went off and just read whatever the hell I wanted in December, and that really helped. I'm gonna go ahead and block this out because I'm not sure that the people who gifted me these books want to have that announced on the internet. But yeah, I filled out my gifted spread because my birthday and Christmas were in the month of December, and I finished my buddy read spread. I had one last buddy read with Justine. We read Jade Legacy together, and like I told you guys earlier, I had 11 buddy reads this year, which is phenomenal, fantastic, love it. And finally, here are my completed 2021 wrap-up spreads. So this was already finished a while ago, no need to revisit that. I finally, however, filled out the little blank space that I had in this page with the statistics that I read you guys at the beginning of this video. So I just used a gold Uniball Signo pen to fill this out. The pen kind of like farted out on me and did this weird like orange inky thing, which I don't really mind, but that's why it looks kind of funny. I have trouble with Uniball Signos. They don't always write well with me for some reason. I don't know why. Personal vendetta, who knows. I love having all the numbers here. I think this is a fun spread, and it definitely was really fun to do at the time. So yeah, that's it for my 2021 reading journal. I'll quickly flip through and just remind you guys of all the spreads in somewhat better lighting. Yeah, this was really fun to do. I'm definitely really going to miss having this creative outlet. I'll try to find another way to do this without, you know, also hindering my other hobby, which is reading. So what I'm thinking is when I do participate in readathons, and I'm hoping to participate in a lot more readathons this year, I will do little setup spreads like this in the back of this journal, perhaps. I don't know. We'll see. It's nice conjecture at this point. So fun, so cute. Okay, I'm just gonna call it there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm really sorry about the lighting and everything, but I really appreciate your viewership and your support as always. I've gotten so much love on this channel recently. I don't know if I've announced this, but I hit 500 subscribers. I got over 100 subscribers in under a month, which is insane to me. So thank you guys so much for joining me. Yeah, I am just beyond grateful, and I'm so excited to share more with you guys this year. I make no promises in terms of uploading or content or whatever, but I just hope that I'll be able to share more fun things with you guys in the future. Otherwise, I hope you guys all had a wonderful holiday season and you rung in the new year in a fun and or relaxing way. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!